Writer Akiva Goldsman recalled a wonderful time meeting Robin Williams when the legendary actor was attached to Batman Forever for the role of the Riddler. What? How did I not know this? Williams had a history with comic book movies, having famously starred in a live-action adaptation of the Popeye comic strip. He was also considered for the role of the Joker in the 1989 Batman movie, which ultimately went to Jack Nicholson, and he was one of the candidates to play Mr. Mixie Spitlick in an early draft of Superman 3. But before I get smacked around the face with a question mark stick and screamed at by Jim Carrey, I'd like to say hello guys and gals, I'm Nick, and welcome to 30's Feedback. So, Akiva Goldsman described his working with Robin Williams in an interview with The Playlist. Sent to San Francisco by Batman Forever director Joel Schumacher, Goldsman was invited into Williams' home so that the two could brainstorm on the script's direction for the Riddler. Goldsman described the experience as beautiful and Williams himself as so kind. While not going into detail regarding their time together and the ideas they considered, Akiva Goldsman described how productive he was the day after discussing the Riddler with Robin Williams. Goldsman said the word genius did not capture Williams' creativity, saying that it was as if Williams had opened up his head and the universe would just talk into it. Williams also apparently called Goldsman's apartment after he left Williams' home, leaving a message that Goldsman's girlfriend at the time replayed in disbelief. Unfortunately, despite apparently hitting it off with Goldsman, Robin Williams ultimately decided to leave Batman Forever and the role of the Riddler behind. Akiva Goldsman said this was due to a conflict with director Joel Schumacher and how the two didn't see eye to eye. Goldsman did not elaborate on the specifics, but did note that many later disagreed with Schumacher's campy interpretation of Batman, even though he felt it was truer to the source, or at least a version of the source. Given Williams' work following the release of Batman Forever in 1995, it is easy to imagine that he might have preferred playing a darker take on the Riddler than Schumacher had envisioned. While Williams was a consummate comedian, he had already begun taking on more dramatic roles in feature films. By that time, Williams had already earned 2 Oscar nominations for his work in Dead Poets Society and Good Morning Vietnam! It seems probable that Williams feared being typecast as a living cartoon character and that playing the Riddler in Schumacher's Batman Forever would retread old ground. Williams finally won an Oscar in 1997 for his work in Good Will Hunting, and went on to play more cerebral and villainous characters in his later films. While it's hard to imagine just what Williams might have been like as the Riddler in Batman Forever, his role as murderer Walter Finch in the 2002 thriller Insomnia comes close, as Finch used his knowledge of police procedure to manipulate the corrupt detective investigating his crime. Coincidentally, Insomnia director Christopher Nolan went on to make a trio of Batman movies, but not with Robin Williams as the Riddler. There are definite similarities to both Jim Carrey and Robin Williams, but I do feel Williams would have probably given us a much different version of the Riddler if he had the chance, and it may have moved away from the cartoonishness of how Batman Forever was delivered. What do you guys think? Would Williams have done a better job as the Riddler? Or were you happy Carrey ended up as the man in green latex? Let me know below.